Hello, everybody. Scott G with the Pro Wrestling Logic YouTube series and the ECW review. ECW for May 25th, 1993. Recap of the Paulie and Todd Gordon confrontation. Then we see Easy Rider versus the Super Destroyer. Super Destroyer is Sal Balomo underneath a mask. Very basic punch kick. Balomo dominates the match. Snapmare and a drop kick by Balomo. And then he hits a splash. Then we see a rematch from the previous week, Johnny Hotbody and Chris Candido versus um, Winters and Stetson for the tag team championships. Brawl for the early part of the match, extremely basic here. Double hip tosses by the baby faces, monkey flip out of the corner. Candido gets nailed with a flying clothesline from Stetson. Hotbody hits a couple of suplexes, including a vertical and side suplex on Winters. Winters comes back with a DDT. Hotbody pulls the ref in the way, causing the distraction, and ultimately leads to a victory for Candido and Hotbody. Quick title change here, as they are your new tag team champions. Then we go Paulie dangerously saying that ECW is an embarrassment and the Sandman is a coward because he's ducking Don Morocco. Todd Gordon stands up to Paulie dangerously and basically says that he will be begging to work with ECW in the next several years because they are going to expand and grow. And Sandman isn't afraid of anybody. Sandman isn't afraid of Morocco, and basically, Todd Gordon says he will, in fact, book the match, and that Sandman will eventually put the belt on the line. Morocco says that he just signed the death warrant of the Sandman, and that Sandman is going to be eliminated from ECW. Um, the there is a squash match with the first name of a guy I did not catch, all of about 125 pounds. Morocco versus Benefito. Suplex and tombstone by Morocco gets a very quick, um, squash match win for Morocco. Obviously, this is just there to fill TV time. Max Thrasher and Canadian Wolfman versus Tommy Cairo and JT Smith. Cairo hip toss and then hits a kind of a belly to belly suplex. Cairo then manages to let me get my phone. We'll be back with more right after this. So as mentioned, we've kind of got you know, the the Cairo and his partner there coming together and going after Hotbody and so Max Thrasher and Wolfman versus Cairo and JT Smith. Cairo hits a hip toss on um, Thrasher, and then Cairo belly to back suplex. Uh, JT Smith hits a belly to belly suplex. Smith ultimates clothesline, and Smith hits a drop suplex. Cairo hits an awkward power slam, and then a double team rocket launcher gets the team of Cairo and Smith a victory. Still trying to find roles for everybody is what ECW seems to be about. Uh, Jimmy Snuka versus um, Glenn Osborne for the television championship, clothesline by Snuka. Jump over the top rope to the outside. It's a really awkward thing. He basically bumps himself over the top rope. Monkey flip by Osborne, and then Osborne gets nailed after a cutoff by a Superfly splash. Snuka obviously getting the victory. Todd Gordon interview. Eddie Gilbert says he shouldn't have to step into the ring with Funk because of the fact that Heyman didn't sign the contract. Gilbert says he doesn't like Todd Gordon. He says Funk is scared of him, and then Funk cuts a promo. Says he's dealt with a guy like Gilbert before. But Funk really wants the opportunity to be the king of Philadelphia. Funk then says the chain match is his type of match. Gilbert's outdone, outnumbered, and going to be outclassed and outwrestled and outfought. Gilbert then says he'll have to deal. He says Gilbert will have to deal with him, and Funk says he will be on top in Philly because Philly is a hardcore town, And then we close the program. As mentioned, a lot of these early ECW shows are very basic in their nature. ECW does obviously start to pick up in around the summer of '93, so a couple of months away. But these early television shows do lay groundwork for decent stuff, but at the same time, it is a struggle to get through because a lot of the guys are extremely basic, independent level wrestlers who aren't maybe in some cases aren't ready for TV, and also looking back 30 years later, it's a very different world, and what would have worked at the time in like tri-state and all of that. More right after this.